Hey, what's going on everyone? Seth Miranda here, coming to you from the event space here at Adorama itself at 42 West 18th Street here in New York. And you were listening to me on the new DJI MIC 2. Now the DJI Labs came out a couple years ago and they spread all over the place. You've seen them on all these YouTube channels. You've seen them here. Anything I've been speaking on camera with for the last couple of years was the DJI Lab mic, including the trade shows where we have all sorts of interference to deal with. Well, they were just reliable, so we stuck with them. And we're excited that they put out a new version of this. But what's so new about them? Well, for starters, you're getting a little bit more battery life. On the transmitters, you're getting 6 hours of battery life as opposed to the 5.5 you were getting previously. A little bit of a bump up there, right? But the big news is probably the Bluetooth. You're now able to pair natively right into your DJI Pocket 3, which is great because everybody was wondering how you can get your mics to work with this without needing the receiver. You've got it in the Osmo Pocket 3 right in there. It just connects right away. In fact, it just gave me the notification that it paired, and it'll also go to the Action 4. So instead of needing to worry about getting a whole kit with you, it'll just pair right there. You just need the mic. And if you're someone like me that had the combo kit and you got the one mic, but you wanted the extra mic, well, now you're able to do 2 mics to this Osmo Pocket 3 with this 2 mic kit. Pretty great. Now, the other things I'm going to talk about is the internal recording changed a little bit. What do I mean by that? Well, you've got 14 hours of storage space on there for the recording, but it's 32-bit float. So that means you've got a lot of dynamic range. That means if there's something in post that you want to fix as far as bringing down something that blew out, you can do that without worrying about it. You've got so much room in there, so much information in the file, the 32-bit float will save your life. And that just shows you how much more stability and reliability you have on these units as opposed to just maybe in case I lost the connection to the receiver on the camera and I still have that recording, but now you know you've got that extra dynamic range to work with in post if you need it. Amazing, and plus everybody wants 32-bit float these days. So cosmetically, if you want to tell the difference between the previous generation, on this you got a translucent look to it, kind of like all those 90s game controls we all love from N64. You got it right here, you can see right through it and look at all the circuitry, which is pretty cool. But the buttons and stuff moved around as well. On one side, you've got your link indicator, you've got your link button, and you've got your power button. On the other side, you've got your power indicator, you know, the one that turns green and red and all that. And you've got your USB-C port and your record button, which makes sense because when you hit record, you're going to see red here. And when you're linked, you're going to see blue here. So it does make a little more sense that way. And you're going to also notice it's something very minor, but the magnet that I'm using right now is significantly thicker. If you're someone that felt like, oh, the original one had a very thin magnet and maybe I wanted something a little more secure, especially if you're going through like suit jackets or something, you definitely got it here. This is easily like double the thickness and definitely more diesel. I definitely feel a difference as far as the magnet goes. And it's also one of the coolest things about this set because it makes it so easy and fast to do interviews on the fly. Just magnet, get in, get out. Another key feature of this setup is noise cancellation. That's right, so you can actually get it to target the vocals and make it crystal clear. You've been listening to me straight up this whole video so far, and Flando right now is going to toggle the noise cancellation right now. So you should hear a big difference between what it was before and what it is now, and you should hear my voice pretty isolated without all that distracting noise that's happening around me, which is great for things like city streets, convention centers, a busy store like this, but I'm also gonna shut up so you can get a sense of the nice quiet ambient that you get with this cancellation. And that's with the noise cancellation turned off. So you should be able to see just like a boost of the ambient noise as soon as he turned it back off. And now we're gonna go forward with what's the distance range like from the transmitter to the receiver. So as far as range goes, you're looking at 250 feet, which is great. We've got noise cancellation on right now because this store is hopping. I got Maury answering phone calls. I got Will over here selling cameras. And you're listening to me with the voice isolation on with not even half the distance that I just said of 250 feet to Fernando, which is great, which means any closer just means that much more reliable. But to have that much distance is great because if you're someone that wants to self-film from like a long distance, get some nice wide of a location, you can still get your audio crystal clear while being that far away from your unit. And cosmetically, we're talking about a different interface on the receiver as well. We've got a tactile wheel to work with now. It's not just all touchscreen where you're kind of going like this. You actually have a wheel to work with as part of the interface. If you're someone that wants something more tactile, you've got it right here. And also the cases changed. If you remember the previous kit, you had that hard case that you dropped the receiver and transmitters in there and a charger for you. Same thing here, a little bit of a form factor change, just a little bit longer. Of course, we have a change in the form factor of the receiver as well, but the battery life is 18 hours, right? So that means multiple charges for the transmitters and the receiver in that one case, which is great. All right, that's gonna do it for me here today with the DJI MIC 2. If you guys wanna know any hard data, you nerds can go hit that link down below for the spec sheets and the product page. But you're getting real work examples here with noise cancellation on and off in a busy store and the distance and everything like that. So if you were a fan of the original DJI mics, these are just that much better, especially if you do have the Pocket 3 and the Action 4. They just work natively, which is great. And the 32-bit float is a big game changer. If you needed to worry about something in post, you don't got to worry at all, right? So if you guys have any questions for me about using these mics, hit me with a comment down below. I'll do my best to answer my limited use case here today. But hit like, share this video around, hit subscribe, and the bell for more videos like this. And we'll see you next time. Later.